Okay, we just got out the Titanic exhibit, and first of all, this is gonna be a prequel to the other thing, that this right here, when I read was original scale, this outside wasn't the original scale. Since it was just half, I was thinking it's the original scale. This is one-fourth scale. 1/4 scale of the original Titanic, 1/4 scale. But they do have some stuff on the inside that is the original 1:1 scale. Also, they do have photos. This is 2020, so the photos are $30 for 5 digital photos, $35 you get to take 2 photos, which I'll show you in here. And I just want to let you know the price, because the photo guy's up there, but he doesn't tell you the price. All right, talk to you later. Bye bye. Oh, about the exhibit, me and my hunter, talk to you later. Okay, so we are at the Titanic. Ta-da-da-da-da. And I got my small selfie stick, because you cannot shoot any video or photography while you're in there. Must have been government employees, because they only built half a ship. The realistic, this is supposed to be like a kind of a realistic shape or the size of the Titanic, and in the movie it looks so much grander. Now, I've lived on a Navy ship for 6 months, and it was way bigger than this, so it's pretty amazing. Let's walk around and check the iceberg. Do not climb on the anchor. Let's see what we got here. Titanic's center anchor. The anchor weighed 16.8 US tons, almost twice the weight of the standard port and starboard anchors, which weighed 8.84 US tons. The replica of this anchor will give you an idea how massive the center anchor was of the Titanic. So this is the center anchor of the Titanic. Let me get the sun on the other side. That's what the center anchor was. Honestly, it's like really not that big compared to a lot of the anchors today. Let me get to the other side of the ship. The sun is actually kind of in a bad position right now. So we're gonna go in. You have to wear a mask, and you can't film in there, so I have to try to explain everything to you while we're going in there. You gotta sit in your car until they send you a text message, and then you could go in. But I wanted to get some footage, so that's why I didn't sit in the car. It's funny because when my honey and I went into we took a cruise before. We were basically the people sitting in steerage when we took our cruise. They have this actually set up really nice. Like I said, I had to take the short, this is my short GoPro stick I have right here and tripod. Oh, people are waiting in line over here. There is a line that's gonna get jam-packed. One good thing is they text you when you're trying to go in there, and then when they text you, they give you the a boarding pass. And the boarding pass, I'm looking for my van, see if I can see it, make sure I lock it. And with the boarding pass they're gonna give you, it's actually a person's or a crew member's name, and then at the end of the ride you get to find out if you made it or didn't make it on the Titanic. See the mountain range in the back, there's some of the Great Smokies right there, and that's an RV campsite that's closed down right there. Look at all those RV campsites. There's a river right here. One thing I don't like the RV campsites over here, honestly, is, man, they look like right next to each other. Like if your RV, if you pass gas in your RV, it's like the people next door, they're so close together, and it's like the same place, almost the same price of getting the hotel room. What's going on, my Patreoners? We're waiting for the Titanic right now, but there's a steep hill and I try to fish everywhere I get. You see steep hill, and this is probably one of the slowest. It's still flowing, man. This Pigeon River just constantly flowing, but I'm laughing with my wife over here because you see how steep this is right here. True story, true story. Me and my son were walking and there was a fence because there was like a baseball field right here, and we were going behind the fence where the creek was that we were fishing at. And so we're walking and my son's talking, he turned to look at me and I was down the creek. I fell. He had to help me up out the creek. Yeah, true story. Talk to you later. She's a third-class passenger. I'm Jack Thayer. I'm a first-class passenger, just like us in real life.
Yeah, 17 years old. That's about you.
What's going on, everybody? Rob here, aka Trev2323. Now we're back in Chicago, so that's why I'm looked a little bit more relaxed now. But I did want to review. I'm editing a lot of my videos, so I'm going over the Titanic because you cannot record or take photographs in the Titanic exhibit. Well, there's one spot you can, but the rest of it you cannot do anything in the Titanic exhibit. Now, I just want to give you my perspective on it. I thought it was amazing. We spent about 2 hours inside the actual exhibit. It's a self-paced exhibit. You got one of those things, you push the buttons, what number you're going to be in, and you hold it to your ear. Although they sanitize each one of them, you turn them in, then they have somebody sanitizing them, you know, I guess to go around again. So you do have that you touch, and it's in March, so we do have to wear a mask. You had to keep your mask on while you were in the exhibit, and everybody had to have their mask in the exhibit. Now, I really do give it to the guy that made this exhibit done a lot of, well, he went down, I think, twice to see the Titanic and raise the money to go down to see the Titanic. I mean, he's traveled the world to look for artifacts and to look for reasonings, explanations, charts, family histories of the Titanic. So this exhibit from the Titanic that is in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, if you are very interested in that Titanic, I believe it is something that you should see. It took us about 2 hours to walk through it, and me and my honey did purchase the photos. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. I've been so tired since I got back, but Pigeon Forge itself is kind of really packed. It's a big tourist spot. I didn't realize how big touristy it was, and you go into the national parks, and unless you're going off-grid primitive, you're around a lot of people. But either way, the Titanic Museum, the exhibit was very good. You see rare artifacts. The staircase is built to scale inside there, so it's pretty awesome. A lot of thought and detail went into this. So I showed you in the video, you actually get somebody's name and who they were and a little bit about them, and then you get you know, if they survived or not, and if the family members survived or not. You could look all that stuff up while you're there, and even afterward, a lot of the survivors, they did the history and they researched to what happened to the survivors and how their lives were, what they did afterwards. So that's a lot of detail going into this exhibit. Either way, I'm not going to tell you a lot of stuff in it per each little segment. There are like 26 different segments of things you can listen to, but different parts of the exhibit. But all I'm saying is that you should go down to see it if you like the Titanic. It's something worth seeing. I think we paid like $28 per person. We had to buy the stuff online, and they text you when it's your turn in line, then you get to go in. There's a lot of space in between, a lot of social distancing, so it's pretty good. All right, talk to you later. Subscribe, like, and share. If you follow me on Facebook, I'm in Facebook jail again. So, and check out my Patreon, TREV2323, Trev2323 on Patreon. Please, please, please. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.